Okay, today I would like to, it's okay? Today I would like to demonstrate the dissection of per pig heart so that you're going to do the same things after this demonstration. Now first of all, all of you may bring back a heart for dissection, but of course it's not at this clean. So that please wash it under the tape and then just make sure that there's no blood stain on it. So first of all, before you start the dissection, you have to notice which is the front, which is the back of a heart. Okay, so that this side that is pointing to the front is the one with an artery. Okay, if you have prepared for that section, this artery is called the coronal artery. Okay, so that the other side, you can't see this prominent mark here. So that this is something that can help you to determine which is the front. The other things that you may notice that there are some structures that hanging with the heart. Okay, and there are some tubes. Okay, these two structures are the atrium or the auricles. Okay, and turning to the back, you may notice there are some other openings. Okay, these are different artery and veins. This is the back. So first of all, you need to know which is the front, which is the back. Otherwise, you would do all the things wrong. Okay, now before the dissection takes place, make sure that you know what kind of equipment you can use. You can use forceps with fine forceps, pointing end and blunt end forceps, and this is the lifter. All right, so that's to help you to lift up something. This is some dissecting instruments. Okay, you can use the knife and the scissor, and you have different kind of scissor, and you have this needle. Maybe somehow you will find it useful. Now, first of all, just place it with the front to you. Okay, so that you started here. Now just try to observe some surface features that you can identify. Okay. Now after that, as far as you still remember in the video that shown you last time, while you wash the heart, you can try to drain water into different blood vessels and to see what happens. Will it go out at the same place or will it go out in another place? Okay. The second thing is, before dissection, to cut open the heart, you can remove some fatty tissues from the heart. Fatty tissues are those with pink color, which is soft in texture. You can remove them. There are some fatty tissues that surround the internal organ, all right, that serve as a kind of cushion protections to it. So pay attention to distinguish these pinky structures. The soft one is the fatty tissues, while you will find that for this is the aorta. Okay, so this is an kind of artery which is elastic in nature, so that you can feel the differences between the soft and the hard. Sorry, not hard. This elastic tissue. So that just remove the soft tissue. Okay, another things that you may need to do. Now, on the top, this is the pulmonary artery and the aorta, the two blood vessels. Very easy to be identified. Okay, this one, in the middle, it is the aorta, while the other one, this is the pulmonary. Let me see, pulmonary vein. Sorry, pulmonary vein. Right. So this actually just covering this way. Okay, pulmonary vein covering, this is the aorta, so that these two are two separate blood vessels, so that you can separate them. There are some elastic tissue connecting them, so that you can separate the two vessels. Carefully, don't damage the wall of these two blood vessels. Oh, yeah. This is to be pulmonary artery. I just make it one again. All right. So after separating the aorta and pulmonary artery, we can cut open the heart right now. So that simply you can choose. There are two kinds of knife. You can use this one with round one. Usually we use with muscles. This is we use with bones somehow. So that you can choose this one. Okay. Hold the heart. Okay, and then try to open it horizontally. Don't be too narrow, otherwise you can't see the chambers. Don't be too deep. Okay, just in a midway. Okay, cut open it. Okay, maybe I show you this way. Okay, and then you can cut open here. Okay, so that you can see that the heart with those residue, you can put it aside. All right, so the heart can be identified. There are two chambers. One is on the right hand side and the other is on the left hand side. You can notice that on the right hand side the wall is quite thin. All right, just I pick it up with the forceps, while the left hand side is actually that thick. Okay, very thick, right? It's somehow related to its structure. And in between, there is separated by a structure here that is called a septum. And where you can identify also, there are some other structure, pink color, like elastic band. There are some tendon, okay? You may identify some blood clot inside or some other things traveled inside, just remove them, right? They are not necessary for the observation here. So next step is we would like to open up the heart chamber up to the base of the pulmonary artery and up to the base of the aorta, so that you can also remove this part of the muscle as well. You simply remove by a scissor or a knife. Until it reaches the base of the blood vessel, you can just turn it to the other side. Okay, so that you can see this is the base of the pulmonary artery. Well, you can notice if you just have a look, let's make it nicely, of the inside of the blood vessels, you may find the semilunar valve. The valve. Just like a pocket, a little pocket. Very thin. Okay? There should be 3 altogether if I haven't cut away that. Okay, show the base of the pulmonary arteries with the semilunar valve, and you also need to notice it's present and draw it. Okay. Next is you may cut here. Cut here to the base of the aorta. Now notice that a kind of the scissor, just like this one with one blunt end and the other with pointed end, always putting the one with blunt end downward to the specimen you're doing. Okay, do you know why? So here, I also displaying the aorta in another side, and you can also see the valve here. Okay, so on the top, covering the top is the pulmonary artery, and the bottom that you can see the aorta. So that if you want to make it nicely to displace the blood vessels, you can just cut it a bit open, upward. Or maybe you can refer to the textbook. It will teach you how you can display the pulmonary artery as well as the aorta nicely. Okay, the final step is to open up the two pieces. This is two chambers. That is the left and right atrium, or some other books that talks about this called auricle. So you can open it. Just because the ventricle and the auricle, they link up with each other. They have some septum, they have some valve that in between them. So you can feel how they link up with each other by just putting the forceps into it, and then so that you can find that the two chambers are linked. And so that next step is you put a scissor. Cut it upward. Okay, some extra muscles that will block your view, you can remove it. Okay, and you can see this is the atrium. This is the atrium. It's very special, and maybe someone's standing far away from you can come and see. For this side is also, you can feel that the two parts of the atrium and the ventricle are linked up with each other, and then you can cut it open. Okay. Yeah, so that just simply you can say this part is the atrium with a lot of folding on the muscle wall, while the other is different in appearance. Okay, so that this can be the final display for the pig heart. So try to identify different part of the pig heart, and then label it by using diagram. And you may refer to the book that I borrow you, so that you can make a drawing similar to this one. So try to learn how to observe. No need to copy exactly the drawing is showing you. Okay, so that you should be able to identify different parts of the heart. Okay, so the two atrium, two ventricles, and there are some blood vessels. Okay, maybe you can only see the pulmonary artery as well as the aorta from the front. Other things are found at the back. And also identify the tendon, the septum, etc. You may find some other names that you're not sure about what's that. Don't need to write down something that you're not sure. Just make sure that what you're doing, and then you can do. Okay, understand what you're going to do? Okay, then you can start.